And the walls are breached. Hello, everyone. Ellington here, and welcome to the settlement of Alexandria. And we are back with another epic battle replay here. And we are joined today by Pacifist. Hello, Pacifist. How is it going?
It's going pretty good, Ellington. I'm here to spectate this battle with you, and I'm interested to see what Adricia on attack. All right, off to a good start.
Right? Isn't that, I love seeing these things. So, from what I understand, this was a random faction. I mean, to be honest with you, looking at some of the factions, you can kind of tell it's random factions. But I like that, man. It's fun to see kind of the lesser played factions and stuff like that come into play.
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually really like Adricia on attack. It's requires a lot of extra micro, especially with those nobles. You gotta keep it.
Yeah, Adrian Kingdom is actually probably in my top 5 favorite factions personally. But yeah, so on the attack we've got Epirus, Odrysian obviously, and then Galatia. For Odrysian Kingdom, I know we've got the Bee Man, which is a pretty common name in the replays. He's in quite a few of them. And then as Epirus, we've got Wild Fighter. And finally, as Galatia, we've got Billy Blazes, which I'm sure he's happy. This is his favorite faction. I know that for a fact.
I mean, it's a good faction.
Yes, it's a very good faction. Now for the defense, we've got, as you can see, we got a Pontus here being commanded by Foxy. Then we've got Swaby, which is another one of my top 5 favorite factions, being commanded by Cambridge. And finally, Nervii, which honestly, you really don't see Nervii a whole lot. Nervii is being commanded by Zero Chilling. So a lot of factions you don't. Well, at least I know for us, we don't see a whole lot of Nervii. I don't know about you guys. What do you think?
Well, Swaby, Nervii, and Galatia are pretty common in our community. Nervii, we generally see a Oathsworn heavy army comp for Nervii.
Okay.
And then for Swaby, we also see a elite heavy army comp for.
Is that just because of how kind of vulnerable their mid-tier units and low-tier units are?
Yeah, like Bloodsworn and Club Levy are only going to get you so far, especially if you put them on the front line. Like, they're so squishy. And Swordmasters, in comparison, just high armor, high HD, you're just going to have a much more relaxed time with Swordmasters.
And you know, it's one of those things that, like, in certain situations, Bloodsworn are fantastic. You know, they're so good against other infantry.
Ooh,
If
that
you
artillery.
can, I know, right in that side there. But yeah, if the Bloodsworn, if you can get them into combat, oh my god, I can't even talk about Bloodsworn right now.
That's a Sam Knight, Ellington.
Oh my god, that's just dirty. Epirus, man, Epirus. Oh.
What a way to start.
Oh no! We're just gonna stop. Even the rebound.
You need to put in like the music there to.
The taps, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's down to 87 men.
You lost like 500 gold there.
99 kills on this, and it's not all Sam Knights, but
I mean, enough Sam Knights.
So what were we talking about?
Don't remember. I'm scarred.
Sam Knights and Spears taking on, what do we got, Celtic Warriors, and then we had a Club Levy from Swaby in there. Back in the back, looks like Kimbri Bowwomen set up. Not really much of a shot there from them. Oh, stop it. No more.
We're accidentally doing some friendly fire there, but it's worth it.
Oh, God. 138 kills. 139, actually. Almost all on Sam Knight Warriors, and almost all on Sam Knights.
So sketch.
Then Celtic Warriors coming up to reinforce that first one here. Here we go. Club Levy Club Levy getting just an easy meat kills, you know what I mean? And Bloodsworn gonna come up. Now, because that's Ammonite's weekend, those Bloodsworn are gonna have a heyday there.
Yeah, for sure, they outnumber them. But one of the positives to artillery is if your unit gets touched by the fire, you don't lose your HP. The unit model full health. It's just they're at like half strength.
So let's see, got that 33 charge bonus. The Bloodsworn did get the charge. And no counter charge either. Now, first Ammonite Warrior, what are your thoughts on that? Do you take the charge there, or do you have to get that counter?
Well, if you look at your melee defense, it's not really high enough to just to take a charge, and you have a decent enough charge, and you should probably just charge back.
See, Ammonite's got melee defense 55, and look at this, good job here by Swaby getting that side Pila volley there.
Got some cycling going.
Yep. This is something, you know, I by no means claim to be like, the best Rome player ever at all. But like, there are little things that, this is one that I really preach super, super hard, because I know how important it is. That cycling of the units is, especially as a Swaby player, is huge. It's huge on, one, keeping your units fresher, and then two, once again, continuing to get the bonus of that cycle, or the charge bonus is just massive. You know what I mean? And so
yeah. It makes a huge impact.
Yes, and that's something that I am really big at talking about, is just make sure you get that cycling in if you possibly can. It's a lot more, micro, but you know what? It's absolutely worth it. And look at this, B's over here getting his not very good Thracian bowman, but in a very, very good spot here to get that back shot. Now the issue is, of course, the Kimbri. Oh, he's not even going for the back shot. He's going for the Kimbri bowman, actually.
That's a good call. I think that's a good call, because he's forcing those Kimbri to shoot back at his little bowman, and any archer ammo he can get out is good for his nobles later on. So.
And then a smart move there. When the Kimbris take the volley, he goes into the shadow of the wall, makes it where the Kimbri bowman can't really get the angle on him. So a good move there by Bees. Over here, Galatia, honestly, he's got his archers up, and that is the bane of Swaby's existence, but doesn't quite seem to be taking any shots into him yet.
I think one volley would be good there. Like, just get rid of some of these Bloodsworn, get their HP down, help that Galatian.
Galatian Legionary, honestly doing pretty well, 91 kills. Bloodsworn, they're down 84 men now, with only 49 kills. Typically, I'd be wanting to see a little higher kill count at that point, wouldn't you?
Yep, and that's why I like to see more. I like to see
there it is
on the front line. Yeah.
See that?
I don't really
that
like
one
the
volley,
low armor
man.
light unit on the front line.
Now, me personally, I am a big Swaby, Lusitani, the Thracian Kingdom. I don't know why, I just have this real tendency to gravitate towards these low armor, very high aggressive factions. But I think that is the secret to those factions, isn't it? Is you've got to be aggressive. You can't just sit around. You have to be very, very attentive to microing those units, and for me, that's just what I prefer. I really like Lusitani is by far my favorite faction, but it's also, I think, it's a really good one. And Celtic Warriors are also just a really good unit. I think they're doing a really good job of cycling here.
Yeah, they're not doing it too often, and they're doing it, I think, just the right amount, because if you do it too often, you're just losing your HP, losing back and forth, charging in and out, because whenever you're moving, you have no melee movements. We'll now see that Galatian Legionary just running away, prime target just to chase down.
Look at all that, people.
What a waste of a Glacian legionary Billy.
Yeah, like the Galatian, you know, I don't think he had the wrong idea to pull out, but he didn't. Nothing
Support
went
it.
in the process, and so that left the defenders the ability to just throw as much jabbies
Gobble it
into
up.
him as they wanted to. And I think he was probably expecting Epirus to go in here, and I bet you that was a miscommunication. That's what it looked like to me. Billy knows better than to just pull that unit out there, and so I think you definitely probably expect, hey, Epirus, go in here, and Epirus didn't go in there. Eastern archers eating a pretty dirty volley there by the Syrians.
So do you have any predictions for how, like, you think this battle's going to come down to just a couple of units? Or, like, what units do you think we'll see at the end fighting it out? 'Cause it's always interesting to take a wild guess in the dark.
The thing I want to see these guys right here.
Oh, for sure.
Just as an Adrizian fan, even though I'm a Lucidani's probably my number one, Thracian nobles are probably my number one favorite unit. I just think they're fantastic, especially just because, once again, after explaining how I prefer the high aggression factions, Thracian nobles are as high aggressive as you can get, man. And they're just such a fun unit, and I think when they're used well, they're so good. To see in a player like Big B's, which is, honestly, he's one of the best players I personally know at the game. Yeah, B's, if you're watching, there you go. There's your shout out, okay? Seeing him play a faction like Adrizian.
It grew.
But yeah, seeing him play a faction like Adrizian, I'm super stoked to see it, because it's just such an underrated faction in the hands of such a good player. Is always fun, you know what I mean? Now, on this map, typically you do see this initial assault here, right? I think 9 times out of 10, this is what you see on Alexandria, is this attack here, right? And then typically you see kind of a slow push over into this wall where, as the attack gets more heated here, as more troops from the defenders are committed to that side, then you see the attackers pull over and hit this wall. Does it seem like maybe this is a little early, or do you think that this is a well-timed hit into this wall? Because it does look like the attackers are committing into this, hopefully to grab this corner here. And I say hopefully because I think we both know that this side of the wall is pretty notorious.
I don't think they will get that corner unless they shoot it with artillery, because they're going to damage it to, like, normally I think it's like 57%, and then it'll just break the tortoise for whatever reason.
I've seen it very rarely work. It's just a weird situation. So I guess we'll see. I do like this move over here, but I think it's a little premature.
And I mean, the only thing that they're going to do there is allow that Oathsworn the opportunity to come out and just kill that tiny unit.
And I think that's why it's a little premature. I like the idea of a tortoise being here later, but I don't think they should blow it now. I think they should hold on to this until they get to that situation where they need to bust through here. Then you bust this wall.
Because then they're forcing whatever unit to hold that breach, and then you can shoot whatever it is holding the breach in the back from your other front line, which is always so useful.
Yeah, so I hope they stop that. I hope they don't actually go through with blowing that down, because I think it is a good door later on. I just think they should hold on to it. Now, I like the move here by the defenders, actually kind of pulling back a little bit here, allowing them a pretty good shot from that center plaza there. But it does look like they're getting shot by the Syrians, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see, how are the Syrians doing? Let's see, you got 17, 76, and 8. So, looks like these two probably have pretty good ammo. Looks like the main one shooting has been this guy right here. And then got the Thracian bowman moving in from... Oh, hey, look at here. Actually, Nervii coming out with Mighty Horse. Actually, I like that call.
Yeah, the
Believe-
Illyrian levy there doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, I like that call. Get rid of this unit. Once again, I think that plays into the belief that what I said earlier, and I think, I think you agree, is that I think this move here is a little early. I didn't mind bringing the tortoise here now, but I do think that they should have waited on that. I don't think they should have played their hand that quickly. And then, what's up?
I said it looks like the defenders are forming a new battle line there by the Colosseum or the arena.
I think that's
and they're ready to fight in a new choke point.
Yeah, and I think the big thing playing into that, honestly, is this right here. And then, honestly, I think they've lost as much as they want to lose in this place. Because you can see, I think committing anything else to this point is really just feeding death at this point, you know what I mean? You had a Galatian Legionary 129 with 123 kills already. And then Galatian Sword with 78 kills with 154 men. Oh,
Took the charge.
Celtic Warriors not getting the counter there.
Yeah, they're not going to do it.
Look at that Galatian Sword up to 100 kills now already just off that one charge. They've only lost 9 men and they're up to 102. That is bang for your buck on a Galatian Sword. The Illyrian Levy, what? The Mighty Horse.
Decide to run away?
Yes, I think he got scared off by the Thracian Royal Cab, but I think, once again, like, he's all the way over here. He is exhausted, so maybe he was afraid maybe he couldn't get out of that in time.
You know what he did? He pressed Frenzy Charge and exhausted his unit to the point where his stats dropped and he couldn't kill the Illyrian Levy.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that is a common mistake by people.
It is
just misjudging when to use, abilities like Frenzy Charge or Frenzy or Headhunt, things like that.
You have to have a unit ready with Refresh to use those abilities. Otherwise, you just cripple your units.
Yeah, I see it a lot with Saba or Parthia, units with that cab where they've got like Trample or something, or like you said with the Mighty Horse having that Frenzy Charge. It is a good ability used in the right situation. Now, because of the loss of the plaza, I think they did end up playing this correctly and kind of waiting a little bit before they blow down. And I think that Bees, I don't know if he conscientiously didn't hit the wall, but I think he made the right call in hitting this wall instead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did make that choice consciously, because we've made fun of him before for hitting that corner, so.
Hitting the other wall.
Yeah. That got charged.
Yeah, the other way around. Ooh, I hear artillery. Oh, they went for the Colosseum. Now, did they get anything? Doesn't look like it.
I don't think so. Is it broken?
I thought I heard the crunch of the Colosseum, but maybe not. Doesn't look broken.
I can't tell. Honestly, it's always so hard for me to tell if it's broken.
It absolutely is tough. I don't know.
Oh,
I think it's a bad call there, Billy.
That unit just died.
That unit has lost.
Well. That's
yes,
the one.
Has lost so little until, look at this. Look at that volley.
Sad.
And then you could tell he definitely, honestly, that's very, very little Celtic war.
Yeah, you still see that one man over there in the dirt, just like fumbling around. You just watched him drop.
I love the the bodies that are on the ground, just like, just like, what are you doing? Why are you I guess that's the throes of death.
My favorite one is whenever there's like one that lasts like 7 minutes, and it's an arrow animation where he's just got an arrow in his gut, and he's like holding his gut, and he's just sitting up, and he falls back down, and he sits up, and he's just messing around with his stomach or something. And many times the battle's like way beyond that point. You look back and there's just some random dude just sitting there holding his stomach, and it looks so like, no one's helping him or anything. It just looks so sad.
It's like, it's so depressing. I like the aggressive breach play, but I do think they probably should have sent out both of those units if they were going to do it. And then the Galatian Sword coming to support is probably what scared that unit away. I don't like this artillery fire. I think they're afraid of that they're gonna, run out of range. But I feel like they're just kind of shots in the dark. You know what I mean? I don't like that. Once again, I think it's too early. I'm kind of surprised, like you said earlier, that Nervii is not just going out and annihilating that.
That way they can just leave a weaker unit there. They don't need the units.
Got Galatia here. Galatian Legionary, 46 men left. 213. I mean, that's basic Galatia, right? Now, what do you think of the matchup here? The Galatian Legionary against the Bloodsworn. Well, the matchup is now answered, so...
yeah. That unit's gonna lose decisively for... that artillery.
I gotta see what they are getting here.
It's B's artillery, so you know he's in a good spot for kills there.
Let's see here. So oh my god, Bees has 5 kills on his
yes,
artillery.
I praised him and I was wrong.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that a lot of the artillery we've been seeing is Epirus over here.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of that random firing is Epirus. I think Bees probably has a lot of ammo left on his artillery.
It's not loaded though. If you look if you zoom in on the ballista, it's not loaded, so maybe...
Oh, yes, it is. It is.
Okay, yeah, but what about that one? Why is that one not loaded?
What? Why are there only 2 loaded?
Alright, B's confirmed exploit.
Like, could that be manual fire?
I don't think B's would waste his time with manual fire.
I mean, what if he was shooting at a wall or something? Because I think earlier, I saw something shooting at a wall, maybe? So I wonder if maybe he shot some manual shot and... I don't know. Bees, if you're watching, tell us. What are the secrets? Show us your secrets.
I think this push right here is a little too soon.
You think?
Yeah, they need to push that left side a little harder if they're wanting to push this side, because you got arrow towers, and then you've got Thracians, and all this other stuff happening to those units, and it's just...
Got Galatian Legionaries completely and totally exposed to...
But I mean, they're not capitalizing on it, so right now it's okay.
True. Because that is the toughest part about the breach, is when that unit gets stuck at the top here, they can just, just javvy it to all hell, because it's just sitting there, in a completely exposed place. Got a cycle here, and the Celtic's actually getting drawn in there. You see that? I don't know if he meant to charge that in. I think that hurt Pontus quite. And we have obviously a triple chevron Galatian sword. Why not, right? How do you feel about that?
Triple chevron on a Galatian
Triple chevron
sword.
Galatian sword.
Well, I mean, if you have the money at the end, I feel like you should probably try to always fill out your roster with another unit if you can, but, I'm of a different school of thought, I think, when it comes to chevrons.
I don't very often chevron units. Not very often. Not very often. There's very, very few instances. I really like this position. This is a really nice, really good shot here by the defenders.
Oh, yeah. They want to either eat through that choke point quick or stop it. They got to make the choice.
And they're pulling off of that. Oh, look at this, because they're going for the rear charge on the Galatian sword. Oh.
What's he doing?
What's that?
The Galatian sword was like walking
way
around.
Way over.
Attack
yeah. way overcommitted to. Well, I mean, I guess they're all right. They're all right for now.
Yeah,
but
this is okay for now. They just need to really commit more if they want to maintain this really wide front line.
in a little bit of a sloppy cycle here from the Bloodsworn and the Throw Spears. The Throw Spears were still pretty well committed to that when the Bloodsworn charged in. It looks like they still got a solid charge. 16 kills on the charge so far. But this one got a really good one. Look at that, 38 kills, 39.
Yeah, that's
So that one got a nice charge, but this left one, it was okay. It was okay. The Galatian Sword's breaking though. Look at that.
yeah, they're getting shot up.
I think it's more. Oh God, look at this. Kimbreys,
Disgusting.
Gallic Hunters, just really
Yeah, the
nice shot
attackers
there.
need to move up some of their own archers to deal with that. They can't just get shot in the side like that the whole battle.
I don't feel like I've seen the Cretans from Epirus all game.
I have not.
0,
They're
0,
dry.
0. Yep, they
Yeah.
are completely. Could be good, but I feel like I agree. They probably should have been committed by now. Maybe some jabby play here.
Ooh, I see a Thracian noble banner over there.
Ooh, let's go look.
See it? Yeah. That's gonna be interesting. It's fighting Celtic warriors. Lots of blood everywhere, I'm sure.
34, 35 kills. That's probably the initial charge right there, I would bet.
They're getting shot up too.
Yeah, Gallic Hunter is setting up on the left, and Kimbry Bowwomen. Kimbry Bowwomen 72. It's not bad for a Kimbry, you know what I mean?
Not great either. It's just kind of meh.
Exactly, it's just like, it's okay. Triple Chevron Bloodsworn.
More chevrons, huh?
More chevrons. More chevrons. What's the more power? 44 melee attack on them with a 54 melee defense, 60 base morale. That is probably the biggest thing that I think hits the Bloodsworn hard is that morale is not great. Especially
I don't
what's
think
up?
chevrons really give you very much morale. It's more about the melee attack.
It definitely. You gotta.
Look at Thracian noble lining up. That's gonna hurt.
I want
They
it.
cycle
I
that
want
well.
it.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
look at
that
it.
Pontic did not get a counter charge either.
Look at it. Oh,
Oh,
God, I love this unit.
it's just such a good unit. The animations on him are pretty awesome.
This is the hardest part about getting screenshots for a thumbnail is like half the time you zoom in, you get this weird like half faded in man in the middle of your
Oh,
screen.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, that was a great shot except for that. I think the Syrians are about to have a heyday though.
Yeah,
Unless,
they need to get in
I don't
there
know,
and clean up
man.
those archers.
If Nervii and Pontus commit to that, the Syrians could be in a bit of trouble there. Ooh, look at that. What was that shooting? Easterns? I think that's what that was. It might be the
No, those-
Kimbreys over here.
Yeah, I think it's the Kimbreys because Kimbreys are. Oh, no, they're both kind of depleted.
108, 109.
Yeah, that noble's done. It's fighting
Yeah.
the Swordmaster now.
For what it was in, it got some pretty good kills, but it was the archers, man. They definitely ended its day early.
Yeah. Such a sad day when nobles die.
What is your favorite unit in the game?
My favorite
Probably
unit in
hoplite.
the game. So, I think in this most recent tournament, I made it pretty clear what my favorite unit was. Every single battle, I just was begging somebody to have the gall to bring a sacred band.
Ah. It's
But
definitely
honestly,
a very, very rarely used unit.
like, there's just never a reason to bring one, honestly. This is coming from the perspective of, the game stats and all that stuff, but if you're gonna spend the money on a sacred band, you might as well buy a noble fighter. Like,
Yeah.
just,
How much is the Sacred Band? It's so
It's,
rarely used. I
1,100.
couldn't even guess. Like, Like, I guess I could
It,
guess, obviously, that it would probably be about 1,000, but, like...
it's 1,170.
And that's such a weird number, too. Like,
Mhm.
how often do you see, like, a 70 in Rome 2?
I don't think very often.
They're like, everything else is going to be, like, even numbers for the most part, but this one unit, we're going to make it a 70.
It's special, okay?
It's special. Thracian warriors just get... Oy. It's so painful to be this player, and just, there's nothing you can do about it, you know what I mean? Here we go.
At this point, I think Bees is just like, you know, let me absorb as much ammo as I can. This is my one goal in this battle, is how much ammo can
I feel like his buddies... So Galatia has used his archers. He's used them relatively well. I think he definitely opportunities. He definitely could have used it more. But really, Epirus, man, and look at this. And all of a sudden, 167, 85, and 156. And I'm pretty sure that's all this.
He's shooting the front of Thraeos. That's not
feel
something
like,
you want to do. Whoever
yeah.
Epirus is, that's not something you want to do.
Shooting the front of things usually is just not a suggested thing. And I feel like that has really contributed to the death of the Thracian nobles. And that
Yeah,
makes
for
me
sure.
really dislike Epirus right now.
Alright, everybody hate Epirus. Whoever you are, you've been added
I'm
to
sorry,
the
I'm sorry, but you have contributed to the excessive death of Thracian nobles. And that's just not okay in my book, you know what I mean?
capital punishment.
Got one here, 75. Now this one, I'm gonna guess that B is probably already... I don't think they've earned that chevron. You know what I mean?
Sword master. They fought sword
Oh,
master.
did they? Okay, then
did.
yes, they have. Okay, we're good.
They
And
earned it.
They earned it. They earned that damn chevron there, boy. You got Samnites v. Oathsworn. I mean, obviously Samnites are going to lose, but they should do some damage here against the Oathsworn. Looks like the Oathsworn is also... It did have a head-on on it, but I believe it... I thought it did. Okay, yeah, he's got his gen here, so he must have freshed him. They refresh. There's nothing sexier than an Oathsworn with headhunt and battle rhythm on him at the same time.
Oh, have you seen a Thracian warrior or noble with headhunt and battle
Yes.
rhythm on him?
Now, you know what's even
pretty
better
hot.
than that is a gold chevron Thracian noble with battle rhythm and headhunt on it. Obviously.
Only available on 100k funds.
And I think they only have like, what is it, 100 with headhunt. I think they get up to like 103 melee attack or something. With
Yeah, They basically hit every time they swing,
Yeah.
which is impressive. with
It's
that
pretty
high
sexy.
weapon damage.
I also love the fact that they have 63 charge bonus, which is better than some shot.
Yep.
It's pretty great. I think the only thing, what is the disciples? What is their charge bonus? I can't remember if it's better. I know it's close.
So the disciples charge bonus is, if I remember right, and again, don't quote me on this because I've been wrong before, right? I think it's...
Everybody be ready to correct him in the comment section.
No, don't do that, Ellington. It's not fair. I'm gonna say it's... I think it's 60, if I remember right.
It's
I
close.
think
I know it's close.
it's got a really close one to the Odrysian, not the Thracian nobles,
Thracian
right?
noble, yeah.
But the thing that stands apart for the disciples, though, is their bonus versus infantry, which makes them so much more scary.
That is true.
just-
That They
And
both
have
really
good
don't like
melee
archers.
defense. No, they really hate archers a lot.
Now this one's doing a little better than the last one. 134, 89 men. Still, you know, hovering on the edge there of kind of like the sweet spot, I think, but definitely doing better than the last one that got shot.
The last one just died. How many more nobles do we have? Or is it
So
time
we've got
for
this
depression?
one at half strength, full strength, full
Oh, we
strength,
have a
full
lot of nobles
strength.
left.
We have plenty of just
All right,
sexy, sexy units.
all right. Depression will have to
Why?
wait.
Stop it! Stop! Just stop doing it, Empress, please. Just continuous. Look at it. Just,
You know,
just.
as this Pontus player, I love this Epirus player. Just please shoot my 650 cost sword unit. Just do it.
75
Please.
armor right in the face. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Okay. And I've noticed very, very, very little arrow fire coming in this direction, and so I'm sure that Bees is very happy right now.
Bees is about to get so many kills. Like,
What are we? 143.
oh, we got a blood sword counter.
Is it not a very good one though? Pontus
That was
did
a
not.
weird charge.
Pontus. So what do we got? 30 kills on that charge.
And he's being charged by blood swords.
I do
so
think
that's not
that
gonna
this
go
is
well,
a
really.
little.
Does he not have any supporting units there that can cycle him out? Not really. He's kind of there on his own.
For the Thracians? Or you think for the nobles? Did I lose you, pacifist?
No.
Oh, is that what you're asking? Is for the nobles?
Yeah, because he was kind of in there on his own.
Yeah,
wasn't
he
able to
definitely
cycle
was.
out.
A little tiny little Galatian legionary that it kind of took its place, but it definitely took some losses there. 199. I mean, that's respectable.
It's getting to the point where it's paid some money back for itself.
Mighty Horse came back out and once again is going back. There's nothing really to go for. Really,
No.
honestly, this is why I think he's leaving.
Yeah, you can't really do anything against
No.
Thracian nobles with cav. Their weapons so long. And
You know, for the
dangerous.
longest time, I talked about, like, you know, I knew about the bonus versus large, and you know, I knew that in my head, like, okay, Thracian noble, cav bad, you know what I mean? But it wasn't until one specific battle where one of the attackers was playing a Thracian, and one of the defending players took a Ptolemaic cav out of the city. It was a battle where the game was done. Like, it was like the attackers had lost. It was basically just the cleanup phase, and one of the defenders took his Ptolemaic cav general outside the city, went around and actually got a rear charge on a Thracian noble. That no counter charge, no nothing. The noble was sitting there looking the wrong direction, doing nothing. The Ptolemaic cav did nothing to this unit in its charge. And the Thracian noble, after the charge of the Ptolemaic cav, turned around and smacked it. And that was the moment that I realized, wow, Thracian noble, really, really good against cavalry.
And it's because their weapon is slightly longer than most cavalry weapons, so they actually get the initiative for the charge and stuff. So that is a design choice that EA made.
I mean, it makes sense. I believe historically, they actually were
They
really
had
good.
Yeah, and they were also. The big thing is they had to have enough room to swing their weapons. So
Yeah.
Historically, this unit would be spread out a little bit more than what it is. But for what this game does, it does a decent job of portraying the unit, I think.
Now, from what I understand, now this is something that I believe Candor brought to my attention. I was always under the impression that what they were using was a Falx, and it is not.
Nope, it is the Rumpfala, or Rumpfala, Rumpfila. I don't know. You have to. Somebody's gonna say it right sometime.
It is
Candor knows
like
more
a
than I do.
Falx, but bigger and longer.
Yep, and it curves a little different than a Falx. If you look at a Falx, it curves outward in a sharper angle.
Okay.
Rumpfila.
It's quite a bit more curved, actually, isn't it? Isn't a Falx like almost like hookish in a way?
Yeah, and this one is not. It's
And a Falx is typically a one-handed weapon, isn't it? Ooh, here we go.
Can be.
Here we
but
go.
it's-
Come on, do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, look at it. Oh my god.
Thurio spears.
Oh, it's so...
No. Hover over it. Oh,
Oh, it's
yes.
100 kills now, man.
95 melee attack, 100 melee attack, 51 weapon damage. That poor Thurios. Fight Me is sad.
Oh,
right
it's sexy. Oh, it's sad. Why is Fight Me sad?
He loves Thurios.
And then there we go, and I bet you here, let's see. Look at it. It's
okay,
gone.
it's done.
And then probably get a second win here.
The dead Thurios.
Bees, where's your second win? I was so impressed until this point. I cannot believe you're leaving this beautiful unit to be... There it is.
Okay. Redeemed.
It's like, you can't leave him to be this tired for this long. How dare you? Oh, look at that. 144 for 143. That is what happens when a Thracian noble gets into combat with nothing to stop it.
I
AK
wonder
archers.
if the defenders are worried now. Like, they've used a lot of their ammo. They don't have much.
And there's, what, 3.5 now left? 3.5 Thuros, or I mean, Thracians left?
Yes.
Dude, are getting some damage from Tapila here, but not too much. This is all I care about this battle at this point, to be honest with you.
Just watching Thracian nobles charge?
I literally don't care the battle at this point. People are going to be in the comment like, why are you? What happened at the rest of the battle?
So who sent you this replay? Billy, it looks like.
The what? Sorry.
Because his banner is.
Oh
yellow,
yeah, it was.
So.
Yep.
Okay. He's wanting you to pay attention to what he's doing, but nope.
Honestly, a pretty solid battle though. It is.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the toughest area for the attackers, and they are definitely out of that now. So it'll be interesting to see how this ends. I'm really not exactly sure what's going to happen at this point. Oh, look at this. Now we're cycling Thracian nobles.
And there's a Thurios punishing the cycling of the Thracian nobles, but...
I don't care. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. All I care is about the cycle. Ooh, interesting. So a battle rhythm. Are we going to get a headhunt here? Maybe he's already used it because of the second win.
Yeah, that's already been popped.
Headhunt for... I believe it is too soon to have a battle rhythm from him yet. That last battle rhythm was pretty soon after. This other one, it hit that 200 mark and kind of hit a stone wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's going for the Hex Bear, I do believe, with his archers.
Oh, is it this guy over here? Yeah, I heard it. It's probably a good choice there. Get rid of that guy.
Yeah, because it just lowers morale way too much.
It was definitely affecting that one Thracian noble. That's for sure.
Confirmed. Thracian nobles afraid of women, like the rest of us.
Like the rest of us. Definitely like, ooh, are we gonna...
Yes,
do you almost think, is there a push here now? I think that is a proper spot. Absolutely. You have gained that other area. I think it is a good... Well, but with what? You've got a noble. There are some kind of tattered place, you know.
You still have like some... Is that a royal peltus there? That's just sitting there by the archers outside by the queen.
The small one or this guy here? It is, yeah, that's a royal peltist.
Yeah, I mean, you should probably start worrying about using that unit.
Get a royal peltist and a Thracian noble in over here. I think you could definitely blast through this. Thracian royal cab getting around. I love this cab unit. I'm a huge fan of it.
I mean, it's a good high-tier cab, for sure. Those poor Pontics. That was such a clean charge. Like that. I rotated that. That was nice.
I'm really not sure the goal on that. You know what I mean? And I'm really not sure why they were there. They really could have held a much tighter position in multiple. Honestly, I really think at that point they probably should have just fallen back here, and they should probably just give this up. I think. What are your
Yeah, because
thoughts?
at this point they're just
Oh,
losing all of their squishy units that they have, and they're not really getting any benefit from holding outward like this.
Cav unit maybe get a rear charge on the Berserker maybe,
That's
and a
worth
Jabby
it.
Toss. Honestly,
That's worth it because their weapon damage is low against cav units.
he's
though,
probably
versus-
out of Jabbies too. Good charge.
Yeah, the berserkers don't really do too well against cav. You don't really have to worry about them too much. They don't have enough weapon damage to
I think Swaby,
worry.
honestly, that's probably the right call. Get on the
Yeah,
walls.
run away.
We played a battle the other day where Titty Ron challenged me in the middle of the battle. He's like, I was like, what are we gonna play? What should I play? Lusitani or Swaby? He's like, how about this? You play one and I'll play the other, and in the battle we'll 1v1. I was like, all right, cool. And there was one point, Parthia ended up getting his cataphracts into the city, and I had a Thracian noble, or a Lusitani noble as all I had left, and he came after, and I was like, run to the walls, get on the walls! I like booked it to get on the walls so he couldn't charge me, and I was like, Lusitani really, really don't like Cav. No, 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 no.
Yeah, no, and that was a really good call. You got to use your terrain to your advantage. It's often
Honestly, Mighty Horse, I think this is a good place to come in here. Look at this.
yeah, unless he just decides to go through all those units.
Yeah, he kind of did.
Yeah, he was greedy. He saw the archers.
There's a lot of our.
Yeah, almost no cav support nearby. They do have a Thracian warrior there, though, unless that's a Falksman. We could actually see Falksman, I think. See the difference between the blades. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's a
Definitely. You can definitely see the difference. Definitely more of like that hook. That is I consider myself relatively well at relatively good at weapons and stuff like that. So I'm glad I like seeing the difference there. You know what I mean? I'm actually relatively impressed that CA went as far to show that difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, having two different two-handed models.
Yeah, I definitely could see them being a little
We
lazy.
can save resources.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, bees! I really wanted that to happen. I really wanted that Thracian. Oh, I guess it's his own guy. Never mind.
Oh.
My brain started thinking Galatian. Yeah, never mind. Dumb. He battle rhythmed, and I'm not particularly sure why he battle rhythmed. Yeah.
What happened there was Galatia battle rhythmed it, and now B has to find a target for it.
That's probably it because of the. You're right. Where is B's general? What the? How the hell did he get over here?
All the way around.
Oh my lord!
He's just causing havoc.
Do you see this? 357 kills.
And that is why cav on attack is still decent.
It is. I honestly, I'm a big fan of bringing cav generals. One, I like the ability to quickly, run in and second wind or battle rhythm, so on and so forth. And it does give you some measure of protection against a sally out, So I don't mind it. Although he did, throw away the chance to bring even more Thracian nobles, and that, of course, is a cardinal sin. So, it's confirmed Bees is a heretic.
I can totally agree with this.
I do think he's having a rough time with his Thracian nobles. Definitely not having fun here.
Yeah, well, at least Epirus has some solid elites left. I don't know if it's enough. It's getting pretty close.
Especially not getting charged by swordmasters.
Yeah, it's starting to look more and more like a defender victory. Unless there's some nobles I'm not aware of.
No, I mean I think he's pretty much committed to everything. Everything back here is really just kind of small depleted stuff. Falksman. taking on Oathsworn. Obviously, Falxmen win that matchup. Right? Am I wrong? No? Oh, fuck. Shit. Darn it.
I don't think so, but with the support of the Cav, it might.
God, this Cav is just good.
Beast
Look at him.
is crying his little heart out.
You can see, I mean, he definitely has not been, like, killing super high value things, right? 468 kills, triple chevron. Typically means
Not even halfway through the third chevron.
Yeah.
It's right there at the third.
And so, like, you know, it's probably been, it looks like it's been a lot of archers, a lot of kind of low value things, but I don't think anybody's going to bitch about 489 kills on a Thracian Royal Cav.
Nobody's
and
gonna complain.
and full strength, he could probably take on, honestly, actually, they're about the same strength here. He might be able to finish off that Noble Horde. It's his own, why do I keep saying, I'm losing my stuff here, pacifist.
Don't worry, I'll try to keep you anchored into
That's
reality.
why I've got you here. That's why I have you. You're my like spirit animal, pacifist.
Yes.
If you were to have a spirit animal, what would it be?
Oh God.
For you, I'm
That's
feeling an otter.
An otter?
I don't know
mean-
why. Just an otter. It's that calm, you know, peaceful. You know what I mean?
You know, I accept the otter spirit animal call. You know what? I'll take it. I like to swim. I like to lay on my back. And I hold my stomach and I'm just, you know, just chilling.
You lay on your back in the water and kind of fold your arms over, you know, and paddle with your feet.
And I've been known to drop my young in the water when they're falling asleep. It's fine.
It's a sink or swim mentality for the otters. You know? They get some good jabbies in the backs of the Swordmaster there, but I hate to say, but it's not looking fantastic for the attackers at this point. Yeah, I think there's a slim chance that they could still pull this out.
I
But
mean,
I think-
defenders would really have to screw this up.
I agree.
And if they
and-
do, I'll be impressed with the amount of skill it took to screw up this bad.
And I don't want to sound like mean, but at this point it's all on Epirus. And
Yeah.
so far, Epirus has not kind of blown me out of the water with like super skills. So unless like Epirus has kind of been like catfishing us and like
No, I
hiding this fantastic, amazing skill play, I just don't. Yeah.
Even right now, he's throwing in units to die when his Royal Peltas could be fighting instead. Like,
If Bees was Epirus, I might have a little more like kind of, you know, hope. Yeah,
what is that shooting? Do we still have a lot of Thracian ammo? Because that could make a pretty big impact.
The Thracians have been shooting. They were shooting the Eastern Archers back here, but I'm pretty sure they were out of ammo.
Oh, look at that
anyways. No,
allied
they weren't.
Cav. Galatia's Cav got in.
And the Thracian Royal Cav. Look at this. So Galatia went this way, and maybe
Galatia's in
I
trouble
bet
now,
you
though.
Bees was looking somewhere else and was not quite on the bat with
Uh-oh.
getting in there.
Uh-oh.
Ah!
That's probably
Oh,
it.
look at that. Oof.
That hurt.
500 kills. He's alive. Amazing. No,
General
he's not
is
alive.
alive.
He's not going to be
No,
alive.
He's
He
getting
was alive,
killed.
but then he wasn't. Honestly, this has been a fun battle. This has been a very entertaining fight. I will give them that. The Berserkers are berserk. They are out of control.
Is that
Which-
a Rhodian slinger right there in the
It
center
is.
street?
Yes, it is. Yep.
112 kills. That could potentially have a lot of ammo left. 113 kills is not a lot for a Rhodian.
But once again, are they really? What are they shooting? And are they getting that? You know, at this point in the battle, they've got to be getting as good of quality of shots and quality of kills as they possibly can to pull this out. So are they? You know, I
No, they're
think
not.
I think that is the issue. And honestly, here's the issue:
Oath sworn, oath sworn.
two Oathsworn, 160 and 133. Swordmaster General, triple chevron with 326.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. General's
It just
recently
means
dead.
it killed quite a bit of fodder, but it has killed elites as well, so no complaint there.
Ooh, some breakage. But I really see no way through this right there.
Yeah, there really isn't, as far as I can tell.
Slinger is some kind of junk. Mercenary Falconsman, so there's hope. There is hope,
Yeah,
okay?
there's hope. There's hope. They can cap the victory point. The
I
sneaky
really,
Falksman.
I'm honestly a little amazed at how much of bounce power is still left for the attackers. I think there's some ammo here. I think that's really the only thing that's giving them
Yeah.
some balance power. Do you think that there could have been opportunity to bring this over here maybe? I mean,
Not.
obviously
I
they
mean,
could respond to that,
unsupported.
but
Unsupported. You're just gonna get chased away forever. Then you
yeah,
don't get any value out of it.
Berserkers, what's your thoughts on Berserkers for Swampy?
They're fun, but I feel like if you're gonna spend the 800 that they cost, you might as well just pump out a little extra for a sword master that you can actually you can always control.
I think I
That's just my
agree.
thought. And it's smaller unit too.
I've
So
never had luck with Berserkers. Because I feel like the only way they ever do anything good is if they go Berserk, right? Because
and
like
it's
if
not
they
even guaranteed thing.
right, if they don't go Berserk, I feel like they don't ever kill anything. And I believe it is time. I believe that was a time victory for the defenders. Honestly, that was really fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that didn't even really feel like a full hour to me, honestly. It went by pretty quick.
Honestly, I've gotten to a point where I don't very often do full hour long, and I usually only do it if they're really good, just because it is a lot of, you know what I mean? It's a lot. So looking at the attackers here, Empress here, 1800. Obviously the one that just didn't quite pull out the kills that they really needed for the attackers. Yeah, you know what I mean? The kills
Hmm.
for the Sam Knights, it's just. Uh,
Yeah, not ideal, and plus they got nuked early on by those artillery
yes,
pieces.
that
So, or
was.
the artillery piece. Who's Swaby, Cambridge, I hate you. That's all I'm gonna say.
um,
Uh,
Royal Peltis 198. You know, two
it killed
chef.
elites. So
Yeah, like I'd be happy with that if that's my Royal Peltis 198 two chevrons. I'd be satisfied. You know what I mean? 128 on the Arty. You know, eh,
sure.
it is sure. Billy, man, definitely carrying the day here. Even in a loss, pulling out the positive KDR. Look at that, 2,800 to 2,500 losses.
Hmm.
Um, Pretty standard stuff for Galatia, right? You know, archers. Look at that, 227. That's pretty good. 230, 253. You know, that's pretty standard Galatian legionary.
Oh yeah.
150, 140. Not bad at all for Galatian swords.
Yeah, he uses low tiers really well. I think. Yeah, other than the Levy Freeman, man,
Yeah.
you committed atrocities with those, but everything else you did really well with.
Then we got B Man 2066. To be honest with you, as an attacking Odrysian Kingdom, that's not bad.
That's good. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
man. Although what a fifth of that is all
His
Thracian
Cav.
Royal Cav. Two
Uh,
Thracian nobles doing really well. 258, 233. Definitely happy with those. Um,
and two of them earned two chevrons, so they
yep.
were killing good stuff, and
The other
overall just
three
really
definitely
good.
died archers and throw spears.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think his teammates let him down on a little bit is they should have been in there contesting those archers, letting him use his Thracian
Yep.
nobles as much as possible, and
Galatia
they
did
just
all right, but it definitely Epirus could have really helped out with those
and
Cretans.
I feel like Epirus was probably a little bit of a newer player.
Uh,
He
From the
didn't he
gameplay,
kind
I
of
think that's true. Yeah.
he shot the fronts of units a lot, and that's something a lot of new people do. And there's nothing wrong with being new. Just listen to the people that
Yep.
are giving you advice, and you'll improve massively in no time at all.
And in
That's
the end, I think that, like, I hope that's what people get out of these videos is less. I'm not trying to criticize people. I'm just trying to say, hey, this probably isn't the way, or not probably, this isn't the way you should do this. Try to do blank. You know what I mean? And 168 on the Thracian Bowman. You know what I mean? I think anybody's going to take that. Thracian Bowmen are not very good. They're not. They're not good. So 168, 142. He ended up having a lot of artillery ammo. Remember when we
hmm
first looked, he had 5 kills.
hmm
So now for the defenders, they played really well. Honestly, I think there were definitely mistakes made. Everybody makes them, right?
oh yeah.
But to end your game with 2 Oathsworn with that much health, and look at this one, 187 kills, and
It's
I mean
still
probably
really
what
healthy.
120 men left. You think?
I think it was
Yeah,
133. I think was the
you're
number
right.
you
You're right. You're
said.
right. You're right. 133.
Yeah, that's
Um,
a lot of Oathsworn to chew through.
his mighty horse actually did pretty well. 212 double chevron. I think that's to be happy with.
hmm
Um, for most part, I mean, all did well. 309. Yeah, pretty well there done there for Nervii. Foxy as Pontus with 1684. Honestly, he took a lot of shit, right? Pontus
Yeah.
took a lot of shit early on in the game, really soaked a lot of stuff from the attackers, and honestly, sometimes you have to be that person. Unfortunately, you don't always get to be the flashy 3,000 kill guy, right?
hmm
Finally, Cambridge of Swaby 2192. I was happy. You know what I mean? I think he played pretty well with his Bloodsworn 270 on this one. Um, and then his Swordmaster's 338 triple chevron. I think that was the one that it was his general. That was the one that really took on the Royal Peltis at the end and everything. So, but yeah,
Yep.
I mean, a fun battle. Thank you so much, Pacifist, for joining.
Oh,
Um,
anytime.
yeah, it was a fun time. I was glad to have you here. I hope we can do this again sometime.
Oh yeah, absolutely. For sure. Anytime you want.
All right. Well, thanks so much, guys, for joining, and we will see everybody next time.